show. Starting early. I'm really excited today. I got so much. Today is the day. Welcome aboard, everybody. Not yet, not yet. We only say welcome aboard at 9 o'clock as the chat room's starting to fill up. So, in the answer, all right, let's see. We got a question from Amazing Met Fan, and he has keepers. Matt Olson, Springer, Nelson Cruz, Charlie Blackmon, Chris Bryant, Joey Gallo, or Josh Bell. I'm going to say go with, I hate to leave out Josh Bell, but I'm not too sure. Gallo's a bit of a question. Olson, Springer, Bryant for sure, and either Gallo or Blackmon. And I really think that Gallo. Welcome aboard! There you go. Welcome aboard. I got it right as it hit 9 o'clock. Okay, I worry about Gallo's batting average too, and the hamate and the whole thing. But I think Texas is really hell bent on doing great this year. And I would take Gallo. Okay, Big Al on the prowl is here. Good morning to you, Greg, Donkey George, Ohio Angels fan, Timothy Hooker in Unholy Toledo. And today we're talking about the San Diego Padres with an 83 over-under. 83 over-under on the San Diego Padres. And I got to tell you, I'm listening to MLB. And I can't help but feel sorry for these guys. I mean, all they got to talk about is the Astros and the cheating. That's it. And then this morning on the intro, they had three different highlights of Brock Holt. That tells you something. And Brock Holt, free agent infielder, signing an agreement with the Brewers, that pending a physical. The Red Sox are close to a deal with free agent catcher Jonathan Lucroy. So there you go. I thought that perhaps the New York Mets were going to take Jonathan Lucroy and do something with him. We gave you a report a couple of days ago that Miles Mikolas had a bad forearm, shoulder, whatever. He is dealing with soreness in his flexor tendon. He's not going to throw for the next couple of days. No ligament damage found in the MRI, but they want to take things very slowly with he's expected to be in the middle of the Cardinals rotation. Cardinals are a weird team, aren't they? St. Louis Cardinals, a very weird team this year. DK Lush, good morning to you, my boy. Timothy, my hooker, Unholy Traveler, has just joined us. So welcome aboard, everybody. Traveler says Lucroy signed with the Cubs. No, he did not. He is possibly signing with the Boston Red Sox. And now that's a surprise. Yeah, I really think it is a surprise. Evan Grant, here's one for you. Evan Grant, who's a terrific writer over at the Dallas Morning News, he reports that Nick Solak has a chance to win the starting center field job for the Texas Rangers. They'll give him a chance to win the job in center, and they really hope that it happens. It would allow Danny Santana to play in a utility role all over the infield. Solak can do it too, but he's not the defender that Santana is. Solak was excellent after a trade from Tampa to Texas, and if he does win a starting job, his fantasy stock will obviously trend a lot higher, but who knows? I'm going to give you some pictures. Let's put them in the chat room. I put them up there early. I'm going to give you pictures that I'm going to ask you to choose from, okay? Now, we already answered the question of the Amazing Met fans. I'm gonna put down some pictures in the chat room. I want you to tell me who is the pitcher that you're gonna pick. You got the next pick in your fantasy draft. You got the next pick. You want a pitcher. Who are you gonna take? You have the next pick and you need a pitcher. Who are you taking? Are you taking Berrios from Minnesota, Syndergaard from the Mets? Are you taking Zach? Put Zach Greinke in there instead of Chris Gallo. Good morning, Chris. Corey Kluber, Yu Darvish, or Baumgartner. Big Al takes Thor. He takes Syndergaard, you big Met fan, you. Okay, but who are you going to take? It's in the chat room. For those of you who are working, good morning to Zelmo. Berrios, Syndergaard, Greinke, Kluber, Darvish, or Bumgarner, okay? So you got to love the K's, all right? But still, lots been said about Syndergaard on the plus side and on the minus side. So good morning to you all. All right, so Solak could be somebody you got to really keep your eye on in the spring. We talked to Craig Mish on Sunday. Louis Brinson, as it turns out, Craig did a great interview yesterday with Jonathan Villar. Brinson will not start in center field on opening day. That's what Don Mattingly said. And he also said that Jonathan Villar is expected to play center field. And Craig Mish did a great interview with Jonathan Villar. It's up on Twitter if you're a Twitter mania guy. The news doesn't necessarily mean that Brinson won't fill a starting role somewhere. Now, Brian Anderson will likely play third base, not Villar, with Villar in the outfield. And that opens up a spot in right field. Brinson could be competing with Garrett Cooper, with Matt Joyce, maybe even Matt Kemp. Remember him? He'll have to see a major offensive improvement. I mean, he only hit, what, about $180 last year? So, and you would think that he would play center field. His forte is supposed to be defense too, right? I got an interesting poll going up on Twitter and on Facebook, and here's what the poll says. And I'll read it as they say, verbatim, okay? I'm reading it verbatim. That sounds like a nasty thing. Do you believe that all Major League Baseball teams are cheating in some way? And I'm not talking about just stealing signs with a runner on second base. I'm not talking about that, okay? I'm talking about cheating, like in a form that if they were caught or called out, they'd be in a lot of trouble, okay? So that's what I'm asking, okay? And the poll so far, with almost 200 votes, it's 51 to 49%. Almost 200 votes, 51% of the people say yes, 49% of the people say no. This is one of the closest. I put up polls every once in a while. Almost 200 votes. Still got 9 hours left. So a lot of potential voters here. But 51 to 49. Do you believe that all Major League Baseball teams are cheating in some way? Not just stealing signs. Okay? Not just, stealing signs, but doing something that if they got caught, it would be pretty freaking bad, okay? All right. By the way, Arnie's show, I am not sure if it's coming up next or maybe later in the day. I think it's coming up next, but Andy had to run out. We are preparing for our Florida trip, and we'll be leaving sometime on Sunday, I think, going down to the First Pitch Forum in Florida for the first time, having it in Florida, and we'll see about that. And of course, the Labor League. That's another thing. Okay, it's only cheating if you get caught. Ryan Braun cheated. He said that. Okay. That's when Matt Kemp got screwed out of an MVP by Ryan Braun. Outlaw Seal. Good morning to you, Outlaw Seal. So who do you like? Who's the pitcher that you like? You're up. You got to take a pitcher. Berrios, Syndergaard, Greinke, Kluber, Darvish, or Bumgarner. All right, we have a vote for Greinke. We have a lot of so far. Greinke. Don't forget, Zach Greinke is 36. Good morning to Phil. Doug Boyle is here. Good morning to Doug. Ray K. Good morning to Ray K. Now, Zach Greinke is 36 years old, and he's reporting late to camp. Reporting late. Didn't want to answer any questions. DK Luce says Kluber, who may really be better after last year's season of not doing anything. So anyway, so Greinke's got this, he's got the anxiety. I don't know, man. This may not be a year for Greinke. I mean, Houston's got two 36-year-olds in their rotation, Verlander and Greinke. I don't know. Nothing really good about that. Back to the action. Let's talk about with the amazing Met fan in here. Let's talk about the Mets, and let's talk about Jed Lowry. He showed up to camp with a brace on his leg. He missed all but 9 games last year due to injuries. So, positive report. He took batting practice. Are you kidding me? He participated in fielding drills without any physical restrictions. But I saw a picture of him, and it looks like he can't walk. He's got that knee brace on. So positive, good sign. It doesn't really clear up exactly what his role is going to be and how much his leg and who else knows what else is wrong with it. What a stupid, between Cespedes and you sign Jed Lowry and you trade for Robinson Cano and you give up Jared Kelenic. When is this guy? When is Brody going to say nice try? When are they going to say? Now, Cespedes, he looked good. This is unbelievable. I got a call yesterday from Dane, a fellow named Dane, and he wanted to know about Cespedes because he heard the podcast. Now, nobody knows about Cespedes. He took part in fielding drills. He looked good running and hitting. So he looked good running and hitting, took part in fielding drills, but his overall participation is still limited. I don't get it. He's hitting, he's fielding, he's throwing, and yet he's limited? What? I don't know. You'd like to see him be a full participant at the start of the spring before you drafted him, but I think, he's well worth taking at the end of a draft. I've talked about this. I played in 100 and less than 120 total games over the last 3 seasons. So it does remain to be seen how big of a role the Mets can expect from Cespedes, and he won't discuss anything. But he was on the backfield taking live batting practice against Michael Walker and nearly hit a home run over the fence. Okay? So he's got the same swing, said Robinson Cano. Cespedes is going through a progression and isn't yet participating in full workouts with the team. But he arrived in camp well before Saturday's official reporting date for position players. And, all right, so let's see. Recovering from multiple right ankle fractures sustained in encountering the wild boar. Oh, what an off-season this has been. Now, he entered the final year of his contract, agreeing to a restructured deal. Guarantees him just $6 million. He has incentives. Now, listen to that. I've never heard this. His incentives can push him up to $20 million. Now, many times we take a player because it's he's playing on his contract year. And we think that he's going to play harder. He's playing on his contract. You're right. You've heard that so many times. Okay? He was originally supposed to make $29.5 million. Took a pay cut. All right? So he's taking $6 million, but he's got incentives that can get him another $14 million. Isn't that as good as a guy on his final year of his contract? So I don't know. I would say that if you're a believer in taking guys on the final year of their contract, you have to take Cespedes, okay? You have to take Cespedes. I don't mind taking Phil Chaplin, but I don't know about that. And Brandon Nimmo, despite all the rumors, the Mets say that they never considered trading Brandon Nimmo. Too valuable to them as a center fielder. They got Conforto now. If Cespedes comes back, they got Cespedes. Then they got Nimmo. He turns 27 next month. Brandon Nimmo is going to enter spring training with that leg kick and he come up with a bigger, changed his leg kick. He's got a better mental and physical place now that his neck injury has been stabilized. He had 2 bulging discs last year. That's not going away. It limited him to under 70 games. So the biggest thing for him is his health, but his health is not 2 bulging discs. Did he have surgery? No, I don't think so. It ended up being 2 bulging discs. All right? from what I look, you go through life, you have these things.